Hi folks, hello YouTube. I'm Dave. Welcome to my first video. And today you're going to get to know me and we're going to have a good time, I hope. So, about me. I am Dave. I'm a musician, as you can tell. And, well, I've just taken kind of a different perspective. I'm 51 years old. I've never married. I'm a single father, a career musician. I will actually share links to my SoundCloud, for example. I've got 50 free songs you can hear, and I've got whole albums on there. You can hear albums I've got. I'm going to link one of them, This Human Condition, my first album, just because I think it's important. It's a theme album, and it's free, so check it out. So I wanted to talk basically about what I'm seeing going on in the world. Now, as a young fella, I actually started off pursuing an engineering degree. And I decided early in college, about 2 years in, that I don't want to do that. I really don't. I want to be a musician. It's still math, but it's a different type of math. So I started pursuing my music career, and it wasn't all I had hoped. I got very close to, the dream, and know people who made it. I'm not going to name drop, but I'm from a small town in Indiana, Lafayette, Indiana. Look it up. There's some famous people whose names you know. I knew them. And it's because of that I didn't pursue it. Instead, I chose a simpler life, and one that I see people kind of yearning for, and they don't seem to know the steps. So I figured, hey, I'll share what I know and pick up what I don't. And that is, to me, a big sense of what we're losing, is a sense of community. The fact that we're all in it together. And I've lived my life basically with two precepts, that life is obvious and we're all in it together. And if you have that type of mentality, like being on a boat, everyone is indispensable. And everyone needs everyone all the time. And you have to understand that, and it just makes life easier to pursue. But I digress. The long story short, even as a young fella, wading his way through college, I just realized that solving mathematical problems didn't really make anyone happy. But music is mathematical problems. And what I personally discovered was music is intervals. Well, numbers are intervals. 1 from 2, 2 from 3. It's the same with A from B and B from C. So I learned pretty early that, hey, people enjoy this type of math. So I pursued it. Now, it's not a rewarding career initially, and I have paid more to be a musician than I've ever earned. So I have a day job, I always have, but it's kind of just a Joe job. And that's the other struggle. So I see people, I've done 400 resumes, in the last 6 months. They're fake. Their job hirings aren't real. You need to pursue the gig economy. You need to pursue a different path, because AI is going to take over all of this engineering. And I just saw that handwriting like a while ago. I was like, gosh, this isn't going to be worth it. And the irony is, as a musician, I also teach music, guitar, piano, violin, other things. And I have met everyone from airline pilots to one of my best friends worked at NASA till he retired. And I got to see that side of it. Plus, I've known career musicians, and I've got to see that side of it. And basically, I've just dodged and weaved and tried to keep my head down. Okay, I've never married. Again, I'm 51, never married. And that's not an accident. That's because I saw that's just a contract that benefits women and not the man. As a matter of fact, he's going to lose either way. So I learned to just accumulate stories. And as a musician, that's what I do. I accumulate people. And everyone has a story. And through that, I feel like I've lived many lives. And I've seen all kinds of outcomes. And it helps you steer the minefield of life, so to speak. And I see so many videos, and they're all people in desperation. And the reality is, everybody's just making videos complaining. Nobody's offering any solutions. And the first thing is what I've already said, you have to come together. We have been driven apart. Everything from the family unit, just to even the individuals, the corona, all of that. It has just made us isolate, and we've never really come back together. And the reality is we are a communal people. That's why, shout out to the Legion of Men. It was his idea to make this video. I've seen so many people just ask the questions and never get the answers. That, not to be arrogant, but I was like, some of it's simple. And it's not that I'm so smart, it's that my life is so simple. Okay, I digress, but just a little background. I'm an orphan. Okay, I don't have family. I don't have extended family. I don't have people to disappoint or answer to. It's simplified things. You know, I didn't dread the holidays because I had to go see people I didn't like. I would make a frozen TV dinner and watch the parade. It was a good time. And that was the other aspect. And this might sound silly, but I've never found difficulty in the solace of isolation. Like people have gotten depressed and this, that, and the other. Guys, I don't mean to be rude. That's because you're bad company. Not just to yourself, but to others as well. I'm great company to myself. I'm sitting here holding the guitar. Dude, this is so much fun. Do you have any idea how much fun it is? And like I'm saying, it's not just guitar, it's bass, it's piano, it's organ, it's violin, it's, you know what, I got a ukulele back there. I mean, I got banjo over here. It's so much fun. You don't work music, you play music. And nobody wants to grow up. This way you got these grown men playing video games. It's not acceptable. Women are not really cool about that. But they don't mind you play a guitar. Matter of fact, they like it. You just put their name in it. It's over. So, long story short, I simplified life. Okay? Along with that, for example, I'm 51. I've never had a car payment in my life. My first car was a Volkswagen Beetle, a 73, the old ones. I towed it home. It was that bad. I paid $759 for a 73 Volkswagen Beetle. Loved that car. You ran up until somebody smacked me. Somebody was robbing a bank and they ran a stop sign and smacked my car. Broke the axle. But I kid you not, the Volkswagen actually limped its way home. And then, I had to have it towed away. But I've never had a car payment. I buy cheaper, older cars, and I'm fine with that. I'm the Ford Taurus king. I like them because I can work on them. I've become accustomed to them. But I really have always loved the German engineering. I currently drive a Porsche. Paid for. It's my second one. I love it, but it's because it's simple. It is that. So it's an 85. I should throw that out there. It's a vintage Porsche. 944 in case you wonder, guys. And it's just naturally aspirated. It's not fancy. It's 8 valves. It's a real simple car, but it's fun to work on. It's like with instruments. I like to build instruments. Eventually, I'll probably make videos and show that. I've built several. That guitar I made. That used to be a kitchen table. And I dated a girl who liked that particular style. It was an Epiphone style. And she was like, I like that. So I was like, we'll make one. And why not? What do I know about making stuff? I don't. And that's the other aspect. Is, guys, everybody is just buried in their phone and they've lost the curiosity of life. You're supposed to approach life with a natural curiosity. Come on, be able to attain. Be able to reach outside your box. This is why, you remember that movie, the guy, the virgin guy, and he had all these G.I. Joes and this, that, and the other, the 40-year-old virgin. And he was still just a child at heart. And that's what I'm saying. It's not about playing with your toys all day, because he didn't even play with them. But he collected them, he appreciated them, it gave him reminiscence of that particular time in life. And that's why I love, like, guitars. I don't buy new guitars. They're all old and vintage. I've got guitars from the 60s. We'll get into that kind of stuff later. But what songs have they played? What memories have they invoked? That's what I love. Just like the collecting of people's stories. We're all in it together. And once we realize that, it changes the way you interact with people. Okay, these relationships, they don't have to be interactions about what can I get. How about, just appreciating one another. Shouldn't cost anyone anything. But you both walk away with a greater sense of self. Because in the realizing that, hey, my suffering is not just mine. That was my version, but that's a communal thing, and we're all kind of brought together by it. And it helps us all to congeal and realize, hey, we are in the end just one people. It doesn't matter of all significant differences. And that's something that they're trying to keep from us. And you're like, oh, he's a conspiracy theorist. And yeah, and I'm going to throw a couple at you. Okay, I'm a musician. Okay, the A is the note we all use to tune. Okay, it's 440 megahertz. That's the A. That's how they tune a piano, a trumpet, a saxophone. And that's important because when you buy a saxophone or a trumpet, they're designed and made and cast to a specific frequency, that note. You can't change it. The guitar, you can change tuning, same with the piano. But you can't with like some of those instruments. Your flute, it's the instrument. Well, that was changed. Originally, an A was 432 megahertz. Okay, so, well, once you understand, and again, this is the engineering background, everything's made of frequencies. It's vibrations. Remember the hippies? Oh, we got good vibes, man, good vibes. That's what that refers to. It's the vibrations. Oh, man, I got a good feeling about this. That's what that means. My gut tells me. That's what that means. We still have language that refers to it, but it's been diminished. And now you're kind of a weirdo if you go for that kind of stuff. But the reality is, it is science. Okay, it's called cymatics. Google cymatics and sand. Look at how it changes and forms different patterns based on the frequencies. So do you. 80% of your body, water, it's going to respond to the frequencies. And if you just stop and listen to a horror movie, and then watch that same horror movie with the volume off, it doesn't evoke any feelings of fear. Matter of fact, a lot of them look stupid. They're like, why are you going in there? You're an idiot. And there you go. And you don't have to watch it, but hear the music, hear the frequencies that are sometimes buried in it. You're like, this guy's getting off. Why am I talking about that? Because the whole point is it shows a deliberation. That changing the frequencies from 432 to 440 had an origin. Google it. I won't even go into it. But there's a certain group whose idea it was. And it wasn't actually enacted until after that group was gone, which shows longevity of a plan. So the reason I go on, and I'm going to wrap, is folks, you got to do more than complain. You got to offer a solution. Okay, you got to come together. Okay, again, that movie Half Baked, it shows the dad and the son, they wish they could bond, and dad's getting high in his room, son's blowing weed out the bedroom window, and they could be bonding, but they don't. There's still just a difference. And that's what's going on nowadays. Everyone's sitting around griping into their phones instead of just looking up and realizing we're all part of the human condition. Once you understand that, you can move forward. So, I'm going to have many more videos, guys. Make sure you watch and maybe subscribe. I'm just getting started, but I got a lot to say. And thank you, Bo. I appreciate that you gave us the impetus to get started. Have a great day, guys. Bye.